I was wandering around my hometown, Clayton, New York, the other day. Now, Clayton is situated as far north as you can possibly go in northern New York. It's just a couple of miles away from the Canadian border. It's situated on the St. Lawrence River, right where the St. Lawrence and Lake Ontario open their mouths and give each other a big, wet kiss. Now, carpenters have been wandering around Clayton for hundreds of years, all the way back to the 1600s, when our name wasn't Carpenter, it was Charpentier, and we heralded from Quebec. We had to escape Canada because of religious persecution, and so we walked across that country with people like ourselves, French-speaking Roman Catholics. We got to the St. Lawrence River and got into a boat. We said a Hail Mary, and then we sailed that wild river until it became mild and manageable. We were in Clayton. Well, the first thing that we did was build small shacks for our ever-expanding families. And then we set up shop. We were trappers and fishermen and guides and blacksmiths, carpenters. The first building that we built was a huge church called St. Mary's Catholic Church, and behind it there was a shrine to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Well, I'm thinking about all this stuff, and I get kind of curious about my ancestors. So I decided to go and visit my first cousin, Wendy. Wendy's been collecting my family genealogy for years. She has a thick scrapbook filled with all kinds of certificates, births, burials, baptisms. Well, Wendy and I, we sit together on the couch and we leaf through the documents and we match the stories we've heard from our family with the names and the dates of everybody on the pieces of paper. When I'm done, I decide that I'm just going to wander around town a little bit more. I go over to my Grandma and Grandpa Carpenter's house over on 3rd Street. The house is burned down, but the foundation is still there. I go over to Strawberry Lane, where I used to pick up praying mantises and wait for them to spit tobacco into my hands. I go over to my Uncle Rip's house. I look at the horseradish patch that my father and my Uncle Rip planted over 75 years ago. And I swear to you, as I'm walking around the wonky sidewalks of Clayton, New York, I can hear every single blade of grass calling my name. I wander up Riverside Drive. Why is it that I feel so at home here? Why do I feel like I belong here? I'm musing, and I go into a tourist shop. There, I see a bumper sticker that answers every question. Scars or tattoos with better stories. Of course, that gets me thinking about butterflies and how I knew I was a carpenter.